Hi, welcome to MedPulse Academy. Today's topic is about cellular junctions. So we have five main types of cellular junctions: tight junction, adherens junction, desmosome, hemidesmosome, gap junction. So we have other names for these three junctions, like tight junction is also known as zonula occludens, adherens junction is known as zonula adherens, desmosome is known as macula adherens. So, I want you guys to think of these two epithelial cells like a jacket. As you know, they look like a life vest anyways. So there are two sides of it. This is like left side and the right side of the jacket, and we have some junctions in the middle which are acting like, we can say, buttons, a zipper, or a velcro. So they're acting in that way. So tight junction, also known as zonula occludens, their location. They're present between adjacent epithelial cells. They're composed of claudins and occludens, and their function is to prevent paracellular transport of materials like ions, metabolites, and neurotransmitters. As you guys can see over here, this is our tight junction. They are so tightly linked to each other that they do not allow any paracellular transport of materials through them. Their shape remind me of a zipper, that they are so tightly tied up together like a zipper that nothing can pass through them. They're the tightest possible junctions, cellular junctions. So let's move on to the next one. Our next junction is adherens, zonula adherens. They're also present between adjacent epithelial cells. Their composition is ecadherin. As you can see over here, this is our zonula adherens. So the thing about zonula adherens is that they will link the actin filaments of the adjacent epithelial cells, and they will make a kind of a belt-like structure. So we can say that we have like actin filaments over here, actin filaments over there. They will link them like this. So the actin filaments of adjacent epithelial cells will be linked together through zonula adherens. It will make a belt-like structure. So, and this is mediated through ecadherin. So if ecadherin is lost and this belt-like structure is destroyed, the cells, the epithelial cells, can flip off and they can result in malignancy. Desmosomes, also known as macula adherens, they're also located between the adjacent epithelial cells, and they're composed of desmoglin, desmoplakin, and desmocolin. So desmoglin over here is very important as it connects keratinocytes in stratum corneum and stratum granulosum. So what is the function of desmosomes? Their function is to link the intermediate filaments of adjacent cells for structural support. So they're all about structural supports. So the thing is that the previous structure we talked about, zonula adherens, in that two epithelial cells are linked together through the actin filaments present in the adjacent epithelial cells. So in this one, we are going to link two epithelial cells through intermediate filaments. So desmosomes are going to link two adjacent epithelial cells with their intermediate filaments. The thing about intermediate filaments is that they are thicker than the actin, and they provide a better and a stronger structural support to keep the cells in their places firmly. So let's come to the next one, that is hemidesmosome. So they're also located between epithelial cells, but something new about them is that they will link the epithelial cells to the basement membrane. As you can see over here, this one is our basement membrane, and they are linking the epithelial cell to the basement membrane. So their composition includes their cellular region and their extracellular region. So their cellular region will have laminin 5 and intermediate filaments. As you can see over here, these are our intermediate filaments, and there will be laminin 5 present as well. Their extracellular region will contain type 4 collagen. So their intercellular region and extracellular region will be linked through integrins, and they will connect the epithelial cells to the basement membrane over here. So their function is adheres epithelial cells to basement membrane. And we can also look over here that in desmosomes how intermediate filaments are linked to form macula adherens. Let's talk a little bit about the pathologies which affect desmosomes. So diseases like pemphigoid vulgaris, they occur because of an autoimmune response that affects desmoglin. Staphylococcal scalded skin syndrome happens when there is an exotoxin that will result in the splitting of desmoglin 1. So, and bullous impetigo will also destroy desmoglin 1 due to production of exotoxins. So these pathologies will destroy our desmosomes and result in blistering pathologies, and we will see blisters formation on our skin and our epithelial cells will be splitting. Let's talk about our next cellular junction, that is gap junction, and it is a very important cellular junction as it allows electrochemical communication. So this is the key point for the gap junction which you guys should remember. And it is also, as we know, that all the cellular junctions are present between the epithelial cells, so that is not something new. So this is made up of connexon. What is a connexon? As you guys can see over here, connexon is a 6-piece protein which is present between the membranes and is acting like a porous channel. So the things can go through this channel and it will allow the electrochemical communication. As we know that most of our electrochemical communication is going on in our heart, so most of the gap junctions are located in the heart. So any pathologies which are related to gap junction will result in arrhythmias. In the end, we are going to summarize whatever we learned about our cellular junctions. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 main junctions: tight junction, zonula occludens. As the name suggests, occluded, something is tight and occluded. Adherens junction, zonula adherens, desmosome, macula adherens, hemidesmosome, and gap junction. So tight junction prevents paracellular transport because they're so tight, they don't allow anything through them. They are very tight like a zipper. But it is really crucial as they are needed for blood-brain barrier. So any pathologies related to tight junctions affecting them will result in the dismantling of blood-brain barrier or blood-testis barrier. Adherens junction connects actin filaments of adjacent cells. So we need to remember that actin filaments are thin as compared to the intermediate filaments which are used in desmosomes. So desmosomes will connect intermediate filaments. Adherens junction or zonula adherens will connect actin filaments. So actin filaments are more dynamic and intermediate filaments will provide a better structural support and they're thicker as compared to actin filaments. So actin filaments will connect the adjacent cells and they will make a belt-like structure like this. So if anything happens to each adherin and it is lost, then the epithelial cells can flip off from this belt and they can turn into malignancy. So the diseases associated to the disruption or the pathologies of the zonula adherens are malignant. So the diseases related to desmosomes are Staphylococcus scalded skin syndrome and pemphigus vulgaris, as these diseases are happening because of autoimmune disorders or exotoxin affecting desmoglin 1. So let's talk about hemidesmosome. They connect epithelial cells to basement membrane, as we can see over here. So they have like two types of parts. They have intermediate filaments, laminin 5, and they have collagen 4, which will connect them to the basement membrane over here. Their pathologies, mostly which we see associated with them, is bullous pemphigoid. We will talk about these pathologies in details later on in our dermatology series. Gap junction, they are important for electrochemical communication. They are present in our heart. So any pathologies related to gap junction will result in arrhythmias. That's all for cellular junctions. And in our next video, we will talk about some pathologies related to our skin. And the best way to retain the knowledge you're learning is to review. So don't forget to review.